Oh my gosh. Is this real? Are we on? I think we're working. I think everything's fine. It says we've been recording. Wow. Shit, I got like two screens going on here. I got my camera and then I've got my computer where I'm going to screen share some things later on. But hello and welcome to my first ever YouTube video. Welcome to my channel. I actually feel a little bit emotional right now because there's been a lot of moving pieces for this to come together, and also this is my very first YouTube video. I got some big plans for this channel, I'm not gonna lie, and this is my very first video and I'm never gonna get this back. Like, you can't get your first times back. So I'm in the feels. I've literally just been, for the last hour and a half, figuring out all of the tech with the help of ChatGPT. I would not have got here without you, chat, but we are here now. I don't know if I introduced myself. Hello, I'm Katie. My real name is Caitlin, but I go by Katie. I'm going to be sharing a lot of stuff around budgeting and financial management, vlogs, our life. But right now I'm like really into the budgeting and the financial management because at the end of last year, so it's currently February 11th right now. The end of last year, we made the decision to walk away from the business that he had spent the last 3 years building in Sydney, which was always kind of the plan. We went into this with the timeline of like 3 years. If it's not working, we'll pull the pin, we'll bail ourselves out, but we're going like balls to the walls for 3 years to make this thing happen. And it didn't work out the way that we wanted, but it worked out the exact way that it was meant to. It was a hard decision to walk away from that, but ultimately it has led us to something so much more beautiful. So we uprooted our life in Sydney in December last year. We're now currently in Adelaide. So it happened super fast. Everything started shifting really, really quick and aligned for us to make this move happen. And we relocated down here because my partner got an amazing job on like a 4 to 5 year contract on really, really great money. So one, we're able to bail ourselves out of the debt that we have. I think we're at like $94,000. It was at 113. And this is all the stuff I've been figuring out, right? This is all the stuff I've been learning along the way, is like the financial management, the budgeting, just sifting through things bit by bit to regain our finances, to dig ourselves out of the quite deep hole that we were in. That's what I'm going to be sharing with you guys on this channel because it has changed our lives. And I know in hindsight that if we knew all of this stuff and we were implementing this stuff within the business from day one, it wouldn't have ended the way that it ended. But it had to end that way for us to then learn these lessons. My partner's a Boilermaker as well. That's what he was doing. Over $100,000 went into the business and it actually grew really quickly. And we didn't have the knowledge, the wisdom, and the systems in place to financially manage everything. Like, we literally had no idea what our budget was. We had no idea what our living expenses were. We had no idea what our debt repayments were for the business loans. We had no idea what the reinvestment back into the business was. We had no idea what we should be putting away for tax, for BAS, all of the things. It was just messy, but it's okay. It's okay because we're okay. We figured it out. We got so many lessons. I always say, like, it's not $90,000 worth of debt. It is $90,000 worth of lessons, because that's what it was. And we gained some incredible experience, and Luke built some great connections as well. That was actually the very thing that led us down to Adelaide. So not all for nothing. I'm a stay-at-home mum. I was building a network marketing business for the last 3 years that I was super passionate about, and then my heart just wasn't in it anymore, and I just kind of knew that I wanted to go out on myself and build something of my own, hence this, without being tied to a certain product or without being boxed in. So I've been creating content for a while, I've been creating content for a while, and now I'm just kind of stepping out on my own and learning and figuring out how to monetize a personal brand that isn't attached to something else, like solo content creation. So that's the journey that I'm on, and I'd really appreciate if you guys could subscribe. That would really help me out a lot. And I also want to let you know that this comment box is open. So if you guys have any questions, please feel free to pop them in there and I will personally answer them. So our goals for this year is to get ourselves out of debt, pay off this debt super fast, as fast as possible. I plan to have it knocked over in the next 7 months. We're like being super aggressive with it. And Luke's pay has more than doubled since leaving the business and coming down to this job down here. So yay for that. We're able to be super aggressive in our payoff. And then our job is to build wealth, like build generational wealth. That's always been our goal. That's why we got into business in the first place. We have a team of incredible financial advisors now, which we're super grateful for. So we are going to be consulting with them and figuring out what the best pathway is for us to get to where we want to go, because our vision, and it's always been our vision, is to go off grid. It's to go off grid, to buy 100 acres or a couple of 100 acres somewhere beautiful, build our dream house, homeschool our children, live off the land as sustainably as we can, and just like maybe go into co-community living and have a retreat center, and also build like little units down the back of the property so our parents, when they're older, can come and live with us on the farm instead of having to go into care. Like, this is the vision. This is what we are doing everything for. And I would love, and I'm so hopeful that this YouTube channel over the next 10 years and everything that I'm building will be able to sustain our life moving forwards from that date. Luke is absolutely, he's working his butt off right now and he's sacrificed so much. And I think it would just be so beautiful that if after this stint, after the next like 10 years, I'm just a sugar mama and I'm able to, just all of my social media stuff provides for our family, provides for our farm, and is able to fund our lifestyle. That's the goal. I know it's huge, but that's the goal. And I really do believe it can happen. So without further ado, I'm going to jump into the budget. I'm going to share my spreadsheet. We're going to do a recap of January's budget. I'm going to run you through everything, and then I'm going to set the budget for February. I know we're already like over a week into the month. I've been wanting to do this video for a while, but it just hasn't gotten done till now. So we're going to go through and we're going to do that together. Welcome to the Budget Diaries, guys. This is the January recap. I used the CoPlenty yearly 2.0 budget spreadsheet. I will link it in with my discount code in the notes below. January was a really big month for us. Obviously, we had to pack up our life and move. So we had all of these additional expenses. This is the financial overview. So you've got what you budget for. You're able to go in and set up your budget each month, and then what your actual expenses were, and then what the difference was. Our total income with rollover from January, like what we already had in our accounts, was $17,619. We had $1,177 worth of bills come out. Oh, sorry, I'm reading the wrong one. This is what we budgeted for. I'll read the actual. So yeah, $1,770, $1,080 for bills. Subscription was $63. Expenses was $11,000. Savings, we didn't save anything because that was not our priority that month. Our move and covering all of the expenses was the priority. And then we put $3,195 towards our debt payoff. Here is your incomes. Luke's pays. I'm not sure. Oh, I need to edit that. I'm not sure if Luke's going to be getting 3 pays a month or 4 pays a month. The way that his roster works is 7 days and then 4 days off. And then he goes on to 7 nights and 3 days off. So I don't know if that works out being, I think some months it will be 3 pays, and then some months it'll be 4 pays. And then I just got miscellaneous. So like, for example, this 1580 that was here this month, that was our bond that we got back from the last house. And then I am creating an ebook. I've just got to put it together. The bones of it are up, but yeah, I'll probably create some different ebooks as well. So this is where the pay will go through when sales come in for them, and then things like my affiliate links. So that's how I document all of the income. And over here, we've got our bills. So you can see everything that I budgeted for. We had our final bill for the house, for our last house, which was $793. That I pulled from our sinking funds. We have a utility sinking fund where we set money aside every single week, so the money's just sitting there, so you're not scrambling for bills. It's seriously been such a game changer, and I think everyone should utilize sinking funds. Then had our water bill. That might have went through the month before, so it didn't get documented on here. I don't remember. Actually, I think there was like a $32 water bill or something, and they just wanted to take it out of the bond, so we let them do that. Gas, there was no gas at the last house. I don't think there's gas at the new house that we're moving into either. We're currently in an Airbnb. We've been here for 3 weeks. We get our keys in like 2 or 3 days to our new rental, so we're very excited for that, but I don't think it has gas. Our internet, $75 a month. Phone bills, $165. That's for Luke and I's phone bill. And then we've got both the climbing, the gym memberships. So I put this in here for intention of coming to Adelaide. I haven't found my gym yet. I want to find one with a creche. And then Luke's going to go to a climbing gym. We're both going to get annual memberships. And then we got our insurances. You can tick them off as they come through. So obviously these aren't ticked. I have just redone our car insurance. I've just redone mine. I need to do Luke's. We'll update this on next month's budget. And then this is all of the expenses that we have. Pretty self-explanatory. Over here, you've got the savings. As I said, we didn't save a penny last month because it was not the priority. This month will be a little bit different. Then we have got our debts down here. This is what the $94,000 is made up of. And these are all the minimum repayments. So we've got credit cards, a tax bill, a BAS bill, a Red Energy bill. That was so lovely. We got like $30,000 worth of bills come in 1 week at the peak of it, and then like a $5,000 power bill, and it was just like, I am going on a repayment for that one. I'm not even sure where the balance of this will be at. I actually need to check in on that. The IBA loan, that is a business loan. So we've got a small business loan, large business loan. In amongst all of that, when we had that really like all them bills come in, Luke also had a car crash and didn't have the insurance that he thought he did. So that was lovely. I think that was about $10,000 that got stacked on as well. And then a few fines. Luke actually got another fine the other day for accidentally running a red light. Sorry to out you like that, Luke, but got to be transparent. And then Zip Pay. Subscriptions, memberships. I actually might move the gym memberships down to here. Anywho, then this is the transaction tracker. So essentially when you get the spreadsheet, you'll go in and set everything up. Like you'll list all your expenses, your bills, your savings accounts, all of the things. And then it transfers it across to all of the spreadsheets. And then your main job is to track your expenses. I track maybe like, sometimes I do it every day. Sometimes I do it every 2, 3, 4 days, depending on what's going on. You just track them, the amount, so the date, the amount, and then what category it falls into. And then you have this description option so you can write what it was. Like $71 for Philo was actually dog food. This miscellaneous was after spray for the sun because I got so burnt on the first day of this year mowing the lawns. It was ridiculous. So you just list them all and then it will update them. Have a look at the expenses for the month. I set a budget of $920 for our food and we went way freaking over. Dining out, I set a budget of $200 and we were under budget there. Fuel, I set a budget of $1,000. We spent $1,200, so we were over $200 there. And we did obviously drive from Orbost to Adelaide with 2 cars, and that's a 12-hour drive. Shopping and homewares, didn't do any of that, obviously. We didn't have a home, we were homeless. Gifts, I didn't budget anything for gifts, but we did do $57, so I was $57 over in the budget there. Budgeted $100 for Philo's expenses that month, and we spent $91.95. Health and medical, didn't budget anything, but it came to $73. I can't even remember what that was for. Anyway, takeout, we blew out here as well. But in our defense, you know, this was a month of moving, so convenience was often the priority, and we were okay with that. Like, that's not always the priority in our life, but during this move, it was. We budgeted $200 and we spent $570, so we were over $370. Coffee budgeted $50 and we were $133. I don't think I've ever drank so much coffee in my life than I did last month. Alcohol went over in the alcohol budget. We are not usually big alcohol drinkers. I set a budget of $200. Obviously, we had like lots of family gatherings and going out, dining out, things like that. So you have a few drinks. And then I kind of blew this over, to be honest. I bought a $180 bottle of wine, of red wine. For dinner with Luke's family one night, which was amazing, and they literally said it was the best wine that they've ever tasted. So that was a treat yourself kind of thing. Formula, we didn't need to buy formula, had no gardening expenses. Luke did go and get a massage, that was $150. Family experiences, budgeted $100, we went a little over at $106.40. Hair and beauty, don't remember what I bought there. Hobbies, didn't budget anything for the hobbies, but Luke did go and buy a new stand-up paddleboard oar, so that was $72.99. And then miscellaneous, I budgeted $10,000 essentially for the move, because we had a lot of things to pay for, like trailer hire. I had to extend it like 3 times. I think our trailer hire come to like almost $4,000, maybe like $3,700. It says that we only spent $5,816, but I did put this Airbnb on the credit card, which was like $3,100. So essentially it was like $9,000. The reason why it hasn't showed up here is because you can't track in and out off a credit card. You need to decide whether you're going to track paying it off or what you spend, and obviously we're in our debt payoff era, so I'm choosing to track our repayments on that. Date night, we set aside $200 and it come in at $109.12. I booked a therapy session, which I didn't budget for, and then I spent some money on clothes. Had a budget of $200, spent $185.90. Treating others, we had $200 and we spent $126.01, so we came in under budget. This was a huge month. This was a bloody huge month for us. We spent $16,000 with the credit card. It would have been about $19,000 that month. Then these breakdowns, I love these breakdowns. Spending overview, you can see like expenses was 72.3%, subscriptions 0.4%. Bills 6.9, and then our debt payment was 20.4. Trying to see what our biggest expense was. Oh yeah, and we had to pay bond. So you can see here the bond and 2 weeks rent was $4,080. So that was a big chunk. Yeah, that's about it for the month of Jan. So let's jump over into February and set our budget. Oh, this is so exciting. So I have tracked some expenses. I've done like the first week. So you'll see down here, I've already been tracking some things. So there's already going to be numbers in here because I haven't gone in and set up the budget. So that's what I plan to do right now. We don't know Luke's pay. We have like a rough idea of things. We've been told before tax, it's over $400,000 a year. So then with tax, we're in the highest tax bracket. I'm assuming it's going to be around like maybe like 247. But what that breaks down to each pay cycle, I don't know. I just don't know, but we have got one pay, but that was only for 4 days. That was the $3,261 on the 4th of Feb. So I'm going to go through and enter all of these. It's payday today, 11th of Feb. What do we reckon he's going to get, guys? I reckon he's going to clear about $7,000 this week. I'm going to put $7,500 for expected, and then we'll see what the actual one is when it comes in. Next pay will be Feb 18th. That'll be a day shift one, so I'm gonna say around 4,200. I'm literally just guessing right now. This could be so off. And he'll get another one on the 25th. Feb 25th, which will be night shift again. So I'm going to say $7,000. Once we do a first month and we get all the pays, I'll be able to have a more accurate representation of what the pay is actually going to be. But for this month, we are literally just guessing. Social media, I am not expecting to make anything off of social media this month. I'm in the very early stages of building here, but eventually that will be like brand collabs and partnerships and things like that. Ebook, I'll probably release my ebook maybe this month, maybe next month. So I'm going to have nothing there. Affiliates, I reckon I'll probably sell like maybe 5 of these budget templates this month, which will, I think I get like $10. We'll say $50. I'm going to make $50 from affiliates, and I don't have any miscellaneous things coming in. I'm predicting we have $21,000 come in this month. It sounds about right if we're expected to clear $250 a year. Okay, electricity. What are we going to budget? The new house that we're moving into does have solar panels. I did hook up the energy last night. I can't remember what the monthly bill was going to be. I think it was going to be around like $300. Water, I'm going to budget $80 a month. Gas, I don't think this house has gas. $85 for that, because I'm pretty sure that's what we're paying in Sydney. Phones, I do want to get a new phone. I've literally just paid off this phone now. I want to get a new one for the camera quality purposes, but that probably won't be happening this month. $155. Climbing gym, I think he'll sign up this month. It's usually like $30 a week, so we'll go $120. My gym membership, the one that I was sussing out, which is 10 minutes away and it has a creche, I think it was like $13 a week, $52 a month. Pet insurance, let's see what Philo's pet insurance is. I should remember this. I think it was like $47.26. I just hooked up my car insurance a couple of days ago. Do I remember what it was? No. $93 a month. There you go, $93 a month. Got to do Luke's. I will do that tonight and then update this. Actually, I'm going to do it now. I'm going to do $200 for insurance a month. We've got $1,039.26 expected in bills this month. I don't really know what's going on down here. I'm going to leave that and I might come back to that at a later date. I need to check what subscriptions we have going at the moment. Hey, groceries, let's go. All right, I spent over in the first week. You can see this is just from the first week, $450. What the fuck? We'll just go $230. I'm going to keep the budget at $230 times 3 for the next 3 weeks, and then plus this $450 that I've already spent. $1,140. I'm going to do $200. Fuel. I spend about $90 a fortnight on fuel, so $180. I'm going to go $400. Is that right? Is that right? I think that's right. I do need to put fuel in my car. I'm nearly on empty. Shopping. Oh, this is the exciting part, guys. I have to furnish the whole house this month. Shopping, I'm going to do $500. And then homewares. We've got to get everything. We got to get beds. We got to get a fridge. We got to get a freezer. We got to get a dining table. We got to get couches. But I also don't want to buy everything new. I do want to shop mostly on Marketplace because it makes me feel good about like giving a life to things so that they don't just end up in landfill. But I've always shopped off Marketplace. So I'm also going to allow myself, if I want to buy some quality pieces new. I'm going to set a budget of $5,000 for this. I think I agreed with myself, me and my council, that I was going to allocate $7,000 towards doing the home. But I think I'll do $5,000 this month and see how I go with that. And then I can always add on to next month if there's still things that we need to buy. Gifts. What's this month? February. Oh, it's my birthday this month. I'm going to allocate Luke a budget of $250. Philo. $210 for dog food this month. Is that crazy? Health and medical. We don't have anything. We don't have any appointments. Takeout, I'm going to set it to $150. Coffee, well, I know what it's going to come in at. I know it's going to come in at about $200. I might set $180. Coffee is a value of ours. Luke loves coffee. He is a man of simple pleasures, and coffee is one of the things that he loves. So I will give that budget to him. And I'm also going to buy a coffee machine for the new house. Alcohol, I don't know, I might do $100. Formula, don't need to buy formula this month. Gardening, we're probably going to be too busy to get in the gardens. There's a lot that needs to happen before that can happen, so I'm not going to set a budget. Massage, Luke will probably get 3 massages this month. I had one yesterday and it was $150, so I will set a budget of $450. Family experience, Luke and Evelyn are at the zoo right now, so I could film this YouTube for you guys, for myself. Mum's also coming down, so she'll definitely want to go out and about and do the zoo and aquarium, although she will probably pay for it. She usually does. I'm going to set a budget of $200 this month. Hair and beauty, I want to get my eyebrows done. Luke will probably go to the barber, set a budget of $150. I don't usually get my eyebrows done either. I do it myself. I've got them penciled in at the moment, but I do damage to them, you know? And every time I go for my morning walk along the Esplanade, I always see these like really nice brow boutiques in there, and I'm like, I should probably book myself in. Hobbies, no hobbies this month. Miscellaneous. I need to set a budget for miscellaneous. I don't really know, because like I don't know what I'm going to buy. That's why it's miscellaneous. I'll do 100. Date night, we will definitely be going on a date night. I'm gonna do $200. Babysitting, no babysitting. Cleaner, we won't have a cleaner yet. Oh, miscellaneous, you know what I do have to budget for? I'm paying for someone to go to our storage unit, load it up, bring it and unload it, so I don't have to do it because Luke's at work and I couldn't do it by myself. And I'm paying, that was like $510, so it goes $610. No personal development. Car maintenance, both of our cars will probably get booked in for a service this month, so I'm going to go $2,000, $1,500, $1,600 we'll go. Clothing, do $100. Treat yourself, you know. Treating others, I don't think, actually there is a GoFundMe that I would like to donate to. I'll do $100. You know what I need to add onto here? I need to add rent. So we're going to be paying rent this month. So bills. Yo! Rent. And we'll put a little house there. House. Cute. Rent. Got a budget for that. What is our rent? Our rent is $680 a week. Oops. Total expenses are coming to around, I gotta do these, 140 will be our budget. Tax bills 200, so 800. Whoops, days. Don't know what that thing is. Bus bill 400. Small IB AIM loan, that's 680. That's 680. 360. Fines. I don't even really know what we're paying off these. I gotta kind of figure that out. Go $200 for the month. Red Energy. All right, so we got $10,500 in expenses. 11, 12, so 13,000. And we've got an estimated income of essentially 22,000. So we've got $9,000 left over. Okay, the budget is set for this month. We've essentially got 9,000 left over to play with. Oh, also miscellaneous here for the income. We do have miscellaneous income coming in this week. I think it's meant to come in. So this was a sale of a truck and a generator, which is $30,000. So I'm gonna put that on the 14th, the nice little Valentine's Day present, and it's $30K. That's gonna go straight. How do I want to do this? I was going to say that's going to go straight towards debt payoff, but I think I might do 20,000. I might put 20K straight towards debt and then replenish our savings account. And I could also furnish the house out of the $5,000 there. But that's okay. Alas, we will figure it out as we go. I might just put 30K straight towards debt. So let's go have a look at our debt balances at the moment. If you scroll over here, the debt snowball calculator. This is the debts, the balances. If I just put 20K towards all of this and then I put that 10K into savings and furnish the house or whatever, I'm going to be able to take out the credit card, the tax bill, the small IBA loan, the family loan, the energy bill, and the fines. That's huge. And that will free up, it's going to free up an extra $465 in our budget every week. So I'll immediately put that in towards paying off something else. Yeah, wow, crazy. So you can see here, I'd already logged it. If I take these out and I just say we're just coasting as we are, to give you guys a picture. May 1st, 2036 is our debt-free date, so in 10 years' time. If we keep paying what we're paying and all of that, but because we've had sale of the assets, so an extra payment of $20,000 is coming in, could be 30. And then because of the income increase, we're able to add an additional $5,000 a month, brings our total to September this fucking year. Let's go, guys. Let's freaking go. Love this for us. Bloody love this for us. And then, yeah, our next goal after this is to buy... I don't think I finished sharing that in the beginning. This has probably been all over the place. This is my first YouTube. I will get better at delivering. But we're like 90% sure we want to get into the property market and get some investments over the next 10 years. So after this debt is knocked off, we're going to start saving for our first deposit on our investment property, which I think we'll probably buy in about a year's time. I don't know. Maybe at the end of next year. Yeah, or maybe halfway through. Let's see. Don't know. We'll talk. We will talk to the financial advisors. So, yeah, I think we're about done, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have stayed with me, thank you so much. It honestly means the world to me. If you have any questions, pop them in the notes below. I will get back in there and I'll respond to you. And I am planning, the intention is to do minimum 3 YouTube videos a month. So every month we will be doing a recap of the month that's just been in the budget, how we were, if we were over, under, all the things, and then setting our new monthly budget. And then I also want to talk about some goal planning that we've got, some like personal things that I'm working towards. That I will go over. I'll create a bit more of a structure moving forwards, but I really just wanted to get this video out today, so I'm celebrating myself for doing that. And thank you so much for being here. Much love. I'll see you in the next video.